The night of June 11th, 1962, descended upon Alcatraz Island like a suffocating shroud. Shrouded in dense fog, with the icy waters of San Francisco Bay lapping hungrily at its rocky shores. The prison stood, as it always had, cold, silent, and unforgiving. But beneath its concrete skin, behind its steel bars and watchtowers, for men prepared to defy the impossible, Frank Morris lay still on his bunk, his heart pounding against his ribs like a war drum. Every creak of the building, every whisper of the wind outside sent a fresh wave of adrenaline through his veins. This was it. 6 months of meticulous planning, of back-breaking labor and whispered conspiracies, all boiling down to this single night. He exchanged a glance with the Anglin brothers, John and Clarence, in the cells beside him. Their faces, gaunt from months of cautious preparation, were masks of determination and quiet fear. On the other side, Alan West struggled, his anxiety visible as he chipped away at the remaining concrete behind his cell's ventilation grate. Frank's fingers moved to the edge of the false wall behind his bunk. It was a masterpiece of deception. Cardboard, soap, paint, and sheer desperation molded into the perfect replica of the wall's surface. With steady, practiced hands, he removed the cover, revealing the small hole leading to the dark maintenance corridor beyond. One by one, the brothers did the same. Frank slipped through first, his lean frame navigating the tight space with practiced ease. John followed, then Clarence. Alan, cursing under his breath, clawed at the stubborn edges of his incomplete escape route. "Leave me," Alan whispered hoarsely, his voice tight with panic. "I can't, ... I can't get through yet." Frank hesitated. For a heartbeat, the entire plan teetered on the edge of collapse. But there was no time. The guard patrols, though predictable, could change in an instant. "We come back for you," Frank promised, his voice low but resolute. "If we can." And then they were gone, swallowed by the shadows of Alcatraz. The maintenance corridor was narrow, its walls slick with moisture, its air heavy with the smell of rust and salt. Their stolen tools and homemade life vests lay stashed in hidden corners, waiting. With silent efficiency, they gathered their supplies and pressed onward. Every step through the labyrinthine guts of the prison was a calculated risk. The guard towers loomed overhead. The hum of electrical systems and the distant crash of waves masked their movements, but only barely. Scaling pipes, crawling through ventilation shafts, they ascended toward the rooftop. Each rung of a ladder, each creaking surface threatened to betray them. On the roof, the cold night air bit at their faces, the swirling fog offering both concealment and disorientation. Below, the bay stretched into infinite darkness. Somewhere, out there, salvation or death awaited. At the northern shore of the island, beneath a partially obscured section of fencing, they found their final hope, the makeshift raft. It was a patchwork of stolen raincoats, painstakingly sealed and reinforced over months of preparation. With trembling hands, they inflated it, the hiss of air punctuating the silence like gunfire. Time pressed against them like a vice. At any moment, a stray flashlight, a cough from a guard, could unravel everything. Finally, the raft was ready. They dragged it down to the rocky shore, the slick stones treacherous beneath their feet. The black water churned, icy tendrils reaching hungrily for them. "No turning back," Frank muttered. John and Clarence exchanged a grim nod, took together. They pushed off, the crude raft bobbing uncertainly as they paddled into the void. Behind them, Alcatraz faded into the mist, a ghostly silhouette of concrete and iron. The waves were merciless. The cold cut through their improvised jackets. But fear was a distant memory now, replaced by raw survival instinct. For hours, they paddled in near silence, the only sounds the rhythmic splash of makeshift oars, cutting through the dark water, and the distant hum of patrol boats. The fog thickened, clinging to their skin, seeping into their bones. The vast expanse of the bay felt endless. The city lights of San Francisco mere whispers beyond the veil. Fatigue gnawed at their muscles. Every stroke of the paddle was a test of willpower. The tide was unpredictable, and so was fate. What happened after remained shrouded in mystery. By dawn, the alarm sounded. Guards discovered the empty cells, the clever dummy heads resting on the pillows. Panic swept the prison. Within hours, the FBI, Coast Guard, and San Francisco police swarmed the bay. Helicopters sliced through the fog. Patrol boats combed the water's searchlights pierced the murk like probing eyes. They found the raft deflated, drifting near Angel Island. They found footprints leading away from the shore, but they never found the men. Some say they drowned, their bodies swallowed by the unforgiving currents. Others believe they survived, slipping into the anonymity of the free world. Ghosts walking among the living, photographs, letters, whispers. The trail grew cold but never disappeared. Over the years, rumors flared and faded like embers refusing to die. Sightings in Brazil, cryptic postcards, a deathbed confession from an ex-con claiming to have seen them. The FBI chased leads across continents, interviews, surveillance, forensic analysis, yet the truth remained elusive. Alan West, the only one left behind, was interrogated endlessly. He recounted the plan, the months of preparation, but his words only deepened the mystery. He claimed he never saw them again. 60 years later, Alcatraz is a tourist attraction. But beneath the glossy tours and souvenir shops, the walls still whisper. The question lingers like the fog. Did they die that night? Or did they succeed when no one else dared? The truth lies buried beneath the fog of Alcatraz, and perhaps it always will. To this day, The Great Escape remains one of the most captivating mysteries in American history, a testament to human ingenuity, desperation, and the unbreakable desire for freedom.